Ready to ruin a barrel?
Welcome back to the channel. Once again in Wyoming, we have a crappy day, so we're not going to the range. I'm at Forrest's house, and we have a new project to be working on here. Forrest, you got your pistol out. Tell us about it.
So this pistol is my original 2011 that I got used years ago. It's been sitting in the safe unused for a while with no real purpose because I have a newer custom 2011 that I shoot all the time. So I've always been in kind of limbo of what to do with this pistol. It's a great pistol. It shoots good. I can't even tell you how many rounds are through this pistol. It has tens of thousands, if not maybe 100,000 rounds through it. It's got a ton of use. It shoots great. I've used it. Some other competitors have used it while their guns were being waited for or being repaired. Yeah, it's got a lot of use. It's been recoated. It's had multiple different setups. It's a beat gun, and it shows the wear.
Yeah, so I was looking at this earlier, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it almost looks like this was spray painted the last time it was refinished. So what we have here is an STI Tactical, bunch of modifications to it. So it's a double stack 9mm. If you're not familiar with the 2011 platform, it does shoot 9mm, which is what we shoot in 3-gun competitions. Double stack means you can get what, 21 out of your normal mags.
The standard STI mag, I believe, is 21. The like MBX or Dawson or whatever mags are modded, I think all mine hold 24.
And so these are the 140mm length, right? Which is the USPSA limited maximum. And then, so yeah, these hold 24. But you got this this big dog right here. So I think that kind of tells us where this is going.
Yeah, so the open division has become so popular this year, and I'm kind of contemplating it too, a little open curious like a lot are. So with the undetermined history of this gun, I decided let's experiment with this gun. This frame is already drilled for a dot frame mount, which I've had on here before just playing around, but it still doesn't make it open. And this gun has some kind of weird serrations that were on here when I got the gun. But I was looking at this
On the slide.
Yep. And
It looks like it was cut for like 5 sights.
Right.
5 dovetails.
But it's the same thing too. This barrel, again, I can't tell you how many rounds are through it. So I've decided that we're going to make this a little quasi open gun for experimenting. So we're going to knock the sights out of this thing. We're going to go ahead and drill some barrel poppets into the barrel for barrel porting. And then I have an adapter from, this is actually a pretty slick setup I like. This is EGW, and it's a Novak rear side adapter, and the STI and the Tactical 5.0s use a Novak rear cut, which is not a typical cut. Most of them are Dawson cut. And once you've been cut for Novak, you can't go to a Dawson, you can't do anything else with it. So finding that on there is great. So we can play around with this gun, experimenting with barrel port poppet size, locations, and then we can also play around with doing slide rod dot and frame mounted dot and see what we like better. Basically just use this as a test bed gun for doing some experimenting before I get the parts for making a ground up full custom open gun for myself. So we're gonna kind of take you through and modify this old gun, kind of resurrecting it, give it a new purpose.
Now, for those not familiar, the typical open guns that you see in USPSA are like the frame-mounted dots, right? And in 3-gun, it's become very popular to mill your slide and put the dot on there. Why are people doing that for us?
Mainly for the holsters. So you can have a retention holster. Because with 3-gun, running around and using slings and everything else, having that retention there to hold everything in is great. But with the frame mount,
you typically just need to cut right here, and then you could add the dot. but on a frame it wouldn't fit this holster at all.
Yeah, it fits kind of all out here. You might be able to make something work with that, but definitely not as nice. If we do like the slide ride setup on here, the Novak cut, the dimensions of it still have enough space where I could go ahead and mill this slide and direct mount the dot to the slide without the adapter plate if we end up deciding to go down that road. So we have some options here. First thing we're going to do is disassemble this and knock the old rear sights out. We're going to lay out where we want our barrel poppets, and then we're going to go out to the shop and mill those. So we have the barrel set up in the mill vise right now. I set up the center line on the barrel, made a couple little scribe marks for where we want the poppets. I'm going to do an initial small drill, just the starter, and then we'll run a 3/16 end mill. And then I'm going to chamfer the holes, so then I'll run a center drill through it to chamfer them. This is kind of a hasty experiment. You know, if we were using new parts and all the other stuff, there'd be a lot more process to this. Barrel wall thickness on that is also 3/16, so I set up a stop on the mill for the plunge. That way we don't drill through both sides of it.
And equalize the pressure.
Yeah.
A big hole. You sure you want that hole that big?
Too late now.
What do you think?
Looks like holes in a barrel.
Come on, focus GoPro. Clean them up a little bit. Oh, nice. Even, let me, sun's wrong, let me come over here. Even fit in the serrations.
Yeah.
Well done.
Now we have to see how it shoots. Play with the slide ride and play with the frame dot and see if we need to change the hole size at all. Then you clean up the chamfer a little bit on that one and then knock some of these edges down and then clean the bore out. And then we'll be ready to play.
Sweet, let's go put that dot on there.
Yeah.
Back in Forrest's gun room, and Forrest has just cleaned up the burrs on the inside of the barrel here. As you can see, before we left the shop, he did polish it. Ooh, ooh, so nice. If it sucks,
knowing.
I'll buy it from you cheap.
Right. That's the great part, though. It's like we haven't actually done anything to the gun itself that we can't go back on. Like I said, the reason we chose to do it with the barrel that was in it is because this barrel has, we don't know how many rounds through it.
Right. So it might be the point where it's wanting a new barrel anyway.
Exactly. So instead of buying a brand new barrel, fitting the barrel, and then drilling holes in that one and fitting a comp and everything else, why not do the proof of concept on the old barrel?
Yeah.
So we're not worried about messing up. And even from there, this gun could end up seeing more to this. Maybe I'll end up milling the slide back and doing a threaded barrel with the slide milled back that would end up taking out that front side cut and then remilling the slide, take some more weight out, mill the back out and put a slide racker in it, or mill it for a slide ride. there's still a lot of options with this gun, and it's a gun that, again, was sitting in the safe with no purpose. So now we can repurpose it. Little resurrection. So
we're all about second chances over here.
Click. Click. I need one of those.
Always use the torque wrench, kids.
Yeah, I need one of those little torque tools.
Yes, you do. I could have brought mine.
You should have. I almost thought about it. We can always. We're not ready to shoot yet, anyways.
Actually, it might be my truck.
It might be in your truck.
It is in my truck. Back with the Vortex torque wrench.
Ooh, I'm pretty dang close.
Oh, you way under torqued it.
I did under torque it. Trying to be a nice guy.
Do it on that left one without undoing it.
Okay. Gotta get this thing in there.
That's pretty close. You probably had it 14. Definitely wasn't 15.
Calibrated elbow.
There you go.
It's official now, though. Now we know.
Look at that thing. That looks awesome. Slide ride or die. That actually doesn't look too bad.
No.
I'm not a huge fan of the sight-mounted ones because I like it when it's deeper in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the one AMAX had, the very first Maximus. But shoot, that looks badass, especially for just a couple hours in the shop.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, get that slide right on there. Or, excuse me, get the frame out on there.
That thing comes up good.
Woo!
Comes up pretty good.
Oh, there we go. I had my Glock point. Now the... Oh, man. Yeah, I could get down with that for sure. Yep.
Be pretty curious how this thing shoots.
Like open curious? Woo, look at that. Yeah. Tell you what, man. It's like a rat rod, you know?
Yeah, ugly, but we'll see if she runs. And for
the double dot.
Oh, we got to do it. It's not like we can't not do it.
Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, is it?
Yeah. The venom
oh,
dot's
man.
orange.
This is like Luke Skywalker's home planet, pretty much.
Oh, which one do you look at? Is this like a shotgun now?
The double dot. It's like a PCC.
Like, how do you...
This is like full open.
This is not good for, like, unloaded starts. There. Razor racker. That's what it is.
Do the razor rack?
Razor rack. Well, you could really tell the difference between the dot size.
Yeah. 6 MOA versus 3 MOA. There's a 6 on the Venom and 3 on the Razor.
You could definitely see, though, that if this
close.
dot was buried into the slide, how much lower it would sit, though.
Yeah. Quick update. Like a couple of kids, we couldn't wait, and we're headed to the range to test the pistol out. And we made it to beautiful Auto Road shooting range. Forrest is about to go live with the new blaster. What do you think, Forrest?
I'm not sure what to think about this.
Got all them chips out of there, right?
We're gonna find out.
Fire away, buddy. Dot was even on.
Yeah. I don't know which dot.
Which dot were you looking
I
at?
don't know. I put the plate kind of centers between the two of them. So when you look at a plate, one dot is at 5 o'clock and one dot is at 11 o'clock. So I just put the plate in between them. It's kind of like a shotgun right now.
There you
go. It cycled, felt okay. Like, let's get some more bullets in and see what it does.
Yeah. Probably want to take some high speed at some point too.
Yeah. See if we can see the popples working.
Yep.
See if how it actually feels. The first one I wanted to hold kind of away from me is
I would have used my left hand if I was you.
I think they're doing something.
Like it?
Shoots pretty soft. Oh yeah, can't do that.
It's kind of weird right now.
I don't know. So that was with the slide mounted dot.
Yeah.
Works pretty good.
Yeah.
Should we remove the frame mount and try it?
Yeah. See how it feels.
Easy enough.
Cool.
Looks less ridiculous.
The dot still does look high just because it's in that dovetail mount.
Yeah. It definitely does look high.
But again, if you like it, you're gonna machine this in, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can machine the slide to bury it.
So 170 millimeter magazine, what does that fit? 39,000 rounds?
I can stuff 30 in it, but it's not reloadable at 30.
Okay.
So really
so
29.
Start off with that one.
Yeah. I think it feels a little different without the weight of the frame mount on it.
Does it shoot different?
I think it does shoot. For some reason, the first shot kind of took me by surprise. The slide, and that's one of the things I'm wondering about too, is may have to play with recoil spring.
Yeah, because it's a little heavier.
Mm-hmm. And just the weight balance. So we should have weighed that mount and the dot versus the sights, just out of curiosity. I'm still wondering if we need to play with popple size, but this is just standard pressure 115, so it's not the best for running a comp.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, see, that doesn't feel much different than a regular pistol.
Now, see, it does look different in the camera too. I'll grab a few rounds and we'll do slow-mo to compare the two.
And if I'm good enough, I'll show you side by side. I don't know if I can do that or not. We'll figure it out.
Grabbing some plus P light rounds to see if the extra pressure will make a noticeable difference in the comp. Liberty 50 grain, but 2,000 feet a second. my Glock with the comp. With regular 115 ball or 124, the comp doesn't do anything. You can't even tell. But with plus V ammo, it makes the comp work and shoots a lot flatter. So I'm wondering if we'll see the same thing here.
Same thing with like 9 minor, 9 major.
Yeah.
For comps.
Well, I think 9 major is plus P plus, I think. So.
Well, I say as a bystander, the concussion from that was quite a bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely louder. I think there was slightly less recoil. But not much. I'm trying to think of what we want to do. If we want to add a third port or enlarge the front port.
Got some side to side to play with too.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking I could kind of mill it out to match that window, but I don't know how big of a port window I want to do there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely doing something. You can see the blast marks on the serrations.
Yeah. Put your hand over it when you shoot it.
Yeah, just see what happens. Judge the pressure.
Yeah, that's definitely different than when the frame mount was on there.
Yeah. I don't know if it's
probably just some extra weight hanging on the front.
I don't know if it's weight or it acts kind of like a thumb rest and you get extra leverage.
Yeah, I was pushing on it. That's for sure.
I wonder if we should pull that dot off, just the dot, obviously not the mount, and put the frame dot on only and see how that feels.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
See how this feels. I think the frame mount feels a little bit better.
Yeah.
See what you think.
Oh yeah.
Is this recording? I don't know if this is recording.
I do like that the dot doesn't move. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it jacked up. Nice sideways shot. Good job for us.
I was looking like, what's going on here? We have to decide on whether to try more ports, bigger ports, or to respring it first.
Yes. Yes to all.
Yeah.
To all.
So.
All the above.
Do them all. Fun little project for the afternoon in the shop.
Yeah.
Got to play with it some more and figure out what feels best, but.
Exactly. If you like this shop video, check out another video that we just did right here. That is us building a receiver hitch stand for the shop vise. More range videos coming soon. We'll see you then.
Is there a bird out here? Shut up, bird, we're filming.
That's a treat.
Oh.
I'm gonna put my iPro on. Safety first. Right, Drew? Maybe we'll leave this part out.
Yeah, you're beyond me now.
And ask yourself, if you don't have a Dremel, are you truly a gunsmith?